Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Insan Aulia and I'm from English Education Department 2018, Class A. Today, I'm gonna be explaining my lesson plan to fulfill my assignment of Instructional Design by Miss Daya. As you can see on the screen, the name of the teacher is Insan Aulia and the name of the school is Mansatu Tabalong. Subject, of course, English, and this is made for the 11th grade or second grade of senior high school. The topic is about party time on chapter 3. The type of the text is short functional text, and the skill will be conducted in the class is both writing and speaking. For the time allocation, 1 times 15 minutes. For the core competences, I'll be skipping these points since it is fixed by the government. Here, basic competence. For basic competence, basic competences here are taken from the government draft for the short functional text in form of formal invitation. You can see on the point 3.3 and also 4.3. 4.3 is divided into two, which is the 4.3.1 and 4.3.2. For the indicator of competence for the point 3.3 is to identify and also to describe formal invitation to identify structure of short functional text about formal invitation and to describe short functional text about formal invitation according to the structure. And for the indicator for basic competence 4.3 is to create and also for to perform a short functional text, of course. In learning objectives, as you can see, there are 3 points. In the end of the class, the students will be able to remember the structure of short functional text about formal invitation in a good grammar and meaningful way. And the second, the students will be able to create a short functional text in form of formal invitation. And the third, the students will be able to present the way how to formally invite someone to a particular event. For the attitude values focused on the religious, nationalist, creative, integrity, and mutual cooperation. For the learning materials, as you can see here, talking about the definition or meaning of the formal invitation, the example, the structure, as you can see, and here I'm choosing the example of the formal invitation, which is the wedding party invitation, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's too small. For the principle, I'll be explaining about in the class. I'll be explaining about the generic structure, event title, orientation, date and time, closing statement, and also dominant language features. That the formal invitation is supposed to be simple, precise, and concise word, as you can see here. And for the procedure, by the end of this class, student can simply write short functional text about formal invitation. Learning method using the scientific approach, and learning model. I'm gonna be using CLT or communicative language teaching. Learning media, there are at least seven medias that I'm using. I'm gonna be using it. There are in focus or LCD projection, whiteboard, picture, videos, physical wedding party invitation, laptop, and also textbook. Yeah. For the learning sources, um, Here, Kementerian Pendidikan dan Kebudayaan 2017 bahasa Inggris. Yeah, the model itself, internet. Yeah, I'm using internet for the video that I found to support the learning, teaching learning process. The process of transferring material to the student and another relevant sources. Okay, now let's take a look at the teaching and learning activity. In teaching and learning activity, it takes about 15 minutes, which is divided into three parts or three sessions. There are opening activity and main activity and the last closing activity. In opening activity, it takes about 2 minutes, and in this session or in this part, I will since I want the students to have a religious character, so that I will start the lesson by saying basmalah, salam, and praying together. And after that, I'm going to give them a perceptions or background knowledge about the topic that I'm going to deliver. Also doing some brainstorming, which asking student to mention some words related to the topic, yeah, and giving some motivation, giving references, etc. uh, let's go straight into the main activity. In the main activity, the first step is the stimulation. In stimulation, I'm going to get doing some literation activities by doing some ways. The first one is the viewing, second observing, the third reading, and the last listening. Especially for reading, students are asked to read material from textbook or other supporting books, from the internet or related material about short functional text in form of formal invitation, of course. And in the listening, students are asked to listen the material given by me, the teacher, which is related to the short functional text in form of formal invitation on chapter 3, page 32. And by the end of this lesson, the the students will be able to create simple formal invitation. um, as you know that create is included in the hot or higher order thinking. Next is for problem statement. There is critical thinking. In critical thinking, the students will be asked by me, the teacher, about three questions. That is, what is formal invitation, what is the purpose of formal invitation, and how many steps, for making a good formal invitation. And after that, they will know the answer of the question. They will know the meaning of formal invitation, the generic structure and dominant language features of formal invitation, and also the functions and the steps for making formal invitations. In data collection, there is collaboration and critical thinking. In this part, students will be asked to explore their knowledge by reading reference book about how to make structured formal invitation that is good, interesting, and precise. And in representing activities, the learners do the following activities, which are the students work in pairs to analyze the general functions and dominant language features of the formal invitation based on the original poster or picture that is given by me beforehand. And the second is that the students discuss it with other friends. And after that, they will exchange the information about the how to make a good formal invitation. Okay, next is data processing. In data processing, that is critical thinking. In this session, they will discuss about the how to identify structure of short functional text about simple formal invitation. Second, how to describe short functional text about formal invitation according to the structure, and thirdly, how to make formal invitation that is interesting, precise, yeah. And in verification, it is about their speaking. They present the way how to formally invite someone to a particular event. And the last is generalization, which including communication. Communication is one of the scale. I mean, it is included in the 4C. In this session, generalization is they will summarize. They will summarize the lesson about formal invitation that is brief, interesting, and precise. Yeah, that's it. And for the closing activity, students will make summary, which measure their creativity as well, with the guidance of the teacher, of course. Scheduling homework, etc. And the teacher is checking students' work completed immediately so that we can assess them and also give them awards to students to have to the one who have a good performance and collaboration. That's it. And for the assessment, assessment technique in affective, spiritual, and social. As you can see on your screen, there is code like R and C, I and MC. It is R for religious and for nationalist, C for creativity, I for integrity, and MC for mutual cooperation. And it is for assessing their behavioral aspects. And for cognitive, we I use the written test for the psychomotoric by their performance. Yeah, here is the rubric of the speaking assessment and also the writing assessment. I think that's it. Thank you for watching. I'm Insan Aulia. See you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.